gracious to Sarah as he had said. And the Lord did for Sarah what he had promised. Sarah became pregnant and bore a son to Abraham in his old age, at the very time God had promised him. Abraham gave the name Isaac to the son Sarah bore him. When his son Isaac was 8 days old, Abraham circumcised him as God commanded him. Abraham was 100 years old when his son Isaac was born to him. Sarah said, God has brought me laughter, and everyone who hears about this will laugh with me. Who would have said to Abraham that Sarah would nurse children? Yet I have borne him a son in his old age. The child grew and was weaned, and Abraham hasted on the day Isaac was weaned. But Sarah saw that the son whom Hagar the Egyptian had born to Abraham was mocking. So she said to Abraham, get rid of that slave woman and her son, for that woman's son will never share in the inheritance with my son Isaac. The matter distressed Abraham greatly, because it concerned his son. But God said to Abraham, do not be so distressed about the boy and your slave woman. Listen to whatever Sarah tells you, because it is through Isaac that your offspring will be reckoned. I will make the son of the slave woman into a nation also, because he is your offspring. Early the next morning, Abraham took some food and a skin of water and gave them to Hagar. He set them on her shoulders and sent her off with the boy. When the water in the skin was gone, she put the boy under one of the bushes. She began to sob, saying, I cannot watch the boy die. God heard the boy crying. The angel of God called to Hagar from heaven. What is the matter, Hagar? Do not be afraid. God has heard the boy crying as he lies there. Lift the boy up and take him by the hand. I will make him into a great nation. Then God opened her eyes and she saw a well of water. She went and filled the skin with water and gave the boy a drink. God was with the boy as he grew up. He lived in the desert and became an archer. At that time, Abimelech and Phicol, the commander of his forces, said to Abraham, God is with you in everything you do. Now swear to me here before God that you will not deal falsely with me or my children or my descendants. Abraham said, I swear. Then the two of them made a treaty at Beersheba. Abraham planted a tamarisk tree in Beersheba, and there he called on the name of the Lord. A promise long awaited, born in an old man's tent. Laughter turned to joy where once doubt had went. Yet even in the blessing, another child was sent away. God heard the cries in the desert too, and stayed. God has brought me laughter. God has brought me laughter. God has brought me. God has brought me. God has brought me. God has brought me laughter. Sometime later God tested Abraham. He said to him, Abraham, here I am. He replied, Take your son, your only son, Isaac, whom you love. Go to the region of Moriah, sacrifice him there as a burnt offering. Early the next morning, Abraham got up and saddled his donkey. He took 2 of his servants and his son Isaac. He cut wood for the burnt offering and set out for the place God had told him about. On the 3rd day, Abraham looked up and saw the place in the distance. Stay here, he said, we will worship and then we will come back to you. Abraham took the wood and placed it on Isaac his son. He himself carried the fire and the knife. As the 2 of them walked on together, Isaac spoke up, Father, yes, my son. Abraham replied, the fire and wood I hear. Isaac said, but where is the lamb for the burnt offering? Abraham answered, God himself will provide the lamb for the burnt offering, my son. And the 2 of them walked on together. When they reached the place God had told him about, Abraham built an altar and arranged the wood. He bound his son Isaac and laid him on the altar on top of the wood, and reached out his hand to take the knife. Then the angel of the Lord called out to him from heaven, Abraham, Abraham, here I am. He replied, do not lay a hand on the boy, do not do anything to him. Now I know that you fear God. Abraham looked up and saw a ram caught by his horns in a thicket. He went and took the ram and sacrificed it as a burnt offering instead of his son. So Abraham called that place, the Lord will provide. And to this day it is said, on the mountain of the Lord it will be provided. The angel of the Lord called to Abraham a 2nd time. Because you have done this and have not withheld your son, I will surely bless you. Your descendants will be as numerous as the stars. Through your offspring, all nations will be blessed. A father's faith was tried and truly confessed. On the mountain of surrender, provision was found. The Lord himself would provide when love was truly crowned. Sarah lived to be 127 years old. She died at Kiriath Arba, that is Hebron, in the land of Canaan. Abraham went to mourn for Sarah and to weep over her. Then Abraham rose from beside his dead wife and spoke to the Hittites, I am a foreigner and stranger among you. Sell me some property for a burial site here, so I can bury my dead. The Hittites replied, Sir, listen to us. You are a mighty prince among us. Bury your dead in the choicest of our tombs. None of us will refuse you his tomb. Abraham rose and bowed down before the people of the land. He said to them, if you are willing, intercede with Ephron, son of Zohar, on my behalf, so he will sell me the cave of Machpelah. Ephraim was sitting among his people, and he answered Abraham in the hearing of all. No, my Lord, hear me. I give you the field and the cave that is in it, I give it to you. But Abraham said, listen to me, I will pay the price of the field. Accept it from me so I can bury my dead there. Ephron answered, 400 shekels of silver. What is that between me and you? So Abraham weighed out for Ephron the price, 400 shekels of silver, according to the weight current among the merchants. So the field, the cave in it, and all the trees within its borders were deeded to Abraham as his property. In the presence of all the Hittites who had come to the gate of the city, it was a small plot in a promised land, the only ground he owned bought with his own hand. A quiet grave became the first small claim. Afterward, Abraham buried his wife Sarah in the cave in the field of Machpelah, near Mamre, in the land of Canaan. So the field and the cave were deeded to Abraham by the Hittites as a burial site. The promise of the land, though far from complete, began with a grave, a resting place, a seed. Not yet the fullness, but faithful and true. One field became the first of what God would still do. Abraham was now old, well advanced in years. He said to his senior servant, put your hand under my thigh. I want you to swear by the Lord that you will not get a wife for my son from the Canaanites, but go to my country, to my own relatives, and get a wife for my son Isaac. The servant said, what if the woman is unwilling to come? Shall I take your son back to the land you came from? The Lord, the God of heaven, who took me from my father's household, he will send his angel before you, so you can get a wife for my son from there. So the servant took 10 camels and set out. He made the camels kneel down near the well outside the town. Lord God of my master Abraham, he prayed, give me success today. Show kindness to my master Abraham. May it be that when I say to a young woman, please let down your jar, and she says, drink, and I'll water your camels too, let her be the one you have chosen for your servant Isaac. Before he had finished praying, Rebecca came out with her jar. She was very beautiful, a virgin, no man had known her. She went down to the spring, filled her jar, and came up. The servant ran to meet her and said, please give me a little water. Drink, she said, and I'll draw water for your camels too. The man watched her in silence to learn whether the Lord had made his journey successful. He gave her a gold nose ring and 2 gold bracelets and asked, whose daughter are you? Is there room in your father's house? She said, I am the daughter of Bethuel, son of Milcah and Nahor. The man bowed down and worshiped the Lord. Praise be to the Lord, the God of my master Abraham, who has not abandoned his kindness and faithfulness. Rebecca ran and told her family all that had happened. Her brother Laban welcomed the man and heard the whole account. The next day they asked Rebecca, will you go with this man? I will go, she said. So Rebecca left with her nurse and journeyed toward Canaan. Isaac was in the field one evening when he looked up and saw the camels. He took Rebekah as his wife, and he loved her. And Isaac was comforted after his mother's death. The prayer set out before the sun had set was answered by the well before he'd even left. Servant's faith, the woman's willing heart brought together what God had planned from the start. Abraham had taken another wife, whose name was Keturah. She bore him sons, and he gave gifts to them all. But everything he owned he left to Isaac. Then Abraham breathed his last and died at a good old age. His sons Isaac and Ishmael buried him in the cave of Machpelah near Mamre. After Abraham's death, God blessed his son Isaac, who then lived near Beer Lahai-roi. Isaac prayed to the Lord for his wife, because she was childless. The Lord answered his prayer, and Rebekah, his wife, became pregnant. The babies jostled each other within her. Why is this happening to me, she said. The Lord told her, 2 nations are in your womb. 2 peoples from within you will be separated. One people will be stronger than the other, and the older will serve the younger. When the time came, there were twin boys in her womb. The first came out red, covered with hair, and named Esau. After him, his brother came out with his hand grasping Esau's heel, so he was named Jacob. Esau grew up to be a skillful hunter, a man of the open country. Jacob was content to stay at home among the tents. Isaac loved Esau because he had a taste for wild game, but Rebekah loved Jacob. Once when Jacob was cooking some stew, Esau came in from the open country, famished. Quick, let me have some of that red stew, Esau said. Jacob replied, first sell me your birthright, I'm about to die. Esau said, what good is the birthright to me? So Esau swore an oath to him, selling his birthright to Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and lentil stew. He ate and drank and then got up and left. So Esau despised his birthright. 2 brothers born from the very same womb. One held tradition, one gave in too soon. A bowl of red stew, a birthright let go. The story of 2 nations began long ago. Nations are in your womb. Now there was a famine in the land, besides the earlier famine of Abraham's time. And
Isaac went to Abimelech, king of the Philistines, and Gerar. The Lord appeared to Isaac and said, "Do not go down to Egypt. Live in the land where I tell you to live. Stay in this land for a while, and I will be with you and bless you. For to you and your descendants I will give all these lands, and I will confirm the oath I swore to your father Abraham. I will make your descendants as numerous as the stars in the sky, and will give them all these lands. And through your offspring all nations on earth will be blessed, because Abraham obeyed me and did everything I required." So Isaac stayed in Gerar. When the men of that place asked about his wife, he says, "She is my sister." He was afraid to say "my wife," thinking the men might kill him on account of Rebekah. When Isaac had been there a long time, Abimelech looked down and saw Isaac caressing his wife Rebekah. So Abimelech summoned Isaac and said, "She is really your wife? Why did you say she is my sister?" Isaac planted crops in that land and reaped 100-fold in the same year. The Lord blessed him, and the man became rich. His flocks and herds and servants grew so numerous that the Philistines envied him. So all the wells that his father's servants had dug in Abraham's time, the Philistines stopped up, filling them with earth. Abimelech said to Isaac, "Move away from us, you have become too powerful." So Isaac moved away and dug again the wells dug in his father's time. Isaac's servants dug in the valley and found a well of fresh water. But the herdsmen of Gerar quarreled with Isaac's herdsmen. So he named the well Esek, then Sitnah, for they quarreled over that one too. He moved on and dug another well, and no one quarreled over it, so he named it Rehoboth. That night the Lord appeared to him and said, "I am the God of your father Abraham. Do not be afraid, I am with you. I will bless you and increase your descendants for the sake of my servant Abraham." Isaac built an altar there and called on the name of the Lord. Then Abimelech came to him from Gerar and said, "We saw clearly that the Lord was with you." So they made a treaty, and Isaac sent them on their way in peace. So well after well, strife after strife, Isaac kept digging, kept building a life, room after room in a land not his own. Faith makes a home wherever it's stored. When Isaac was old and his eyes were too weak to see, he called for Esau, his older son, and said, "My son, here I am," he answered. "I am now an old man and don't know the day of my death. Take your quiver and bow, go out to the open country and hunt some wild game for me. Prepare the kind of tasty food I like, bring it to me to eat, so that I may give you my blessing before I die." Now Rebekah was listening as Isaac spoke to his son Esau. When Esau left for the open country, Rebekah said to her son Jacob, "Listen carefully. Go out to the flock and bring me 2 choice young goats, so I can prepare some tasty food for your father. Then take it to your father to eat, so that he may give you his blessing before he dies. Jacob said, my brother Esau is a hairy man, I am smooth-skinned. My father may touch me and think I am mocking him. I would bring down a curse on myself rather than a blessing. His mother said, let the curse fall on me, my son, just obey me. Rebecca took the best clothes of Esau and put them on Jacob. She covered his hands and neck with the skins of the goats. She handed the tasty food and bread to her son Jacob. He went to his father and said, my father. Who is it? Isaac asked. I am Esau, your firstborn. Jacob said, I have done as you told me. Please sit up and eat some of my game, so you may give me your blessing. Isaac asked, how did you find it so quickly, my son? The Lord your God gave me success, he replied. Isaac said, come near so I can touch you, to know whether you really are my son Esau. Jacob went close, and Isaac touched him and said, the voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau. So he blessed him. May God give you heaven's dew and earth's richness. May nations serve you. Be Lord over your brothers. As soon as Isaac finished blessing Jacob, Esau came in from hunting. Esau cried out with a loud and bitter cry, bless me too, my father. Isaac grumbled violently. Your brother came deceitfully and took your blessing. Esau said, he has deceived me these 2 times. He took my birthright and now my blessing. A blessing bought by a lie, a birthright bought before. Now Esau's tears cannot the past restore. Yet even here, hidden in the strife and the pain, God's promise moved forward. His purpose remains. So Isaac called for Jacob and blessed him. Do not marry a Canaanite woman, he said. Go at once to Paddan Aram, to the house of your mother's father. Take a wife there from among the daughters of Laban. May God Almighty bless you and make you fruitful and increase your numbers until you become a community of peoples. May He give you and your descendants the blessing given to Abraham, so that you may take possession of the land where you now reside. Jacob left Beersheba and set out for Haran. When he reached a certain place, he stopped for the night. Taking one of the stones there, he put it under his head and lay down to sleep. He had a dream in which he saw a stairway resting on the earth with its top reaching to heaven, and the angels of God were ascending and descending on it. There above it stood the Lord. I am the Lord, the God of your father Abraham and the God of Isaac. I will give you and your descendants the land on which you are lying. Your descendants will be like the dust of the earth, and all peoples on earth will be blessed through you and your offspring. And I am with you and will watch over you wherever you go. I will bring you back to this land. I will not leave you until I have done what I have promised you.
woke up and thought, surely the Lord is in this place, and I was not aware of it. He was afraid and said, how awesome is this place? This is none other than the house of God. This is the gate of heaven. Early the next morning, Jacob took the stone he had placed under his head and set it up as a pillar, pouring oil on top of it. He called that place Bethel, though the city used to be called Luz. Then Jacob made a vow, if God will be with me and watch over me and give me food to eat and clothes to wear, and I return safely to my father's household, then the Lord will be my God. This stone that I have set up as a pillar will be God's house, and of all that you give me, I will give you a tenth. A runaway man with the stone for a bed saw heaven touch earth as the angels went and fled, not because Jacob had earned a single thing, but grace found him sleeping and made his heart sing. Surely the Lord is in this place, and I was not aware of it. Jacob continued on his journey and came to the land of the eastern peoples. There he saw a well in the open country, with 3 flocks of sheep lying near it, for the flocks were watered from that well. Jacob asked the shepherds, my brothers, where are you from? We're from Haran, they replied. Do you know Laban, Nahor's grandson? He asked. We know him, they said. And here comes his daughter Rachel with the sheep. When Jacob saw Rachel, daughter of his uncle Laban, he went and rolled the stone away from the well's mouth and watered his uncle's sheep. Then Jacob kissed Rachel and began to weep aloud. He told Rachel that he was a relative of her father and that he was Rebekah's son. She ran and told her father. As soon as Laban heard the news about Jacob, he hurried to meet him. He embraced him and kissed him and brought him to his home. Laban said to him, you are my own flesh and blood. After Jacob had stayed with him a month, Laban said, just because you are a relative, should you work for nothing? Now Laban had 2 daughters. The older was Leah, the younger Rachel. Leah had weak eyes, but Rachel was lovely in form and beautiful. Jacob was in love with Rachel, and he said, I'll work 7 years for your younger daughter Rachel. So Jacob served 7 years to get Rachel, but they seemed like only a few days to him because of his love for her. When the time came, Laban gathered the people and gave a feast. But that evening he brought Leah to Jacob, and Jacob slept with her. When morning came, there was Leah. Jacob said to Laban, what is this you have done? It is not our custom to give the younger daughter in marriage before the older one. Laban said, finish this daughter's bridal week, and we will give you the younger one also, in return for another 7 years of work. So Jacob made love to Rachel also, and loved her more than Leah. He worked for Laban another 7 years. When the Lord saw that Leah was not loved, he enabled her to conceive, but Rachel remained childless. Leah bore sons and named the last one Judah, saying, this time I will praise the Lord. A man deceived by a father's disguise learned Rachel saw that she was barren, Jacob no children. She became jealous of her sister. Give me children or I'll die, she said to Jacob. Jacob became angry and said, am I in the place of God? Rachel said, here is my servant Bilhah, sleep with her so that she can bear children for me. So Bilhah bore Jacob a son, and Rachel named him Dan. Bilhah conceived again and bore a second son, and Rachel called him Naphtali. When Leah saw that she had stopped having children, she took her servant Zilpah and gave her to Jacob as a wife. Zilpah bore a son, and Leah named him Gad. Zilpah bore a second son, and Leah called him Asher. During wheat harvest, Reuben found some mandrake plants and brought them to his mother Leah. Rachel said, please give me some of your son's mandrakes. Leah replied, wasn't it enough that you took my husband? Leah said to Jacob, you must sleep with me. I have hired you with my son's mandrake. So God listened to Leah, and she bore Jacob a fifth son and named him Issachar. Then Leah bore a sixth son and named him Zebulun. God remembered Rachel. He listened to her and opened her womb. She became pregnant and gave birth to a son and said, God has taken away my disgrace. Named him Joseph. After Rachel gave birth to Joseph, Jacob said to Laban, send me on my way so I can go back to my own homeland. Name your wages, Laban said, and I will pay them. Jacob said, let me go through your flocks and remove every speckled and spotted sheep. Jacob took fresh cut branches and peeled white stripes on them. He placed the peeled branches in the watering troughs. When the flocks were in heat, they made it in front of the branches. And they bore young that were streaked, speckled, or spotted. In this way the man grew exceedingly prosperous. He had large flocks, maidservants, and men servants, camels and donkeys. Two sisters wept for love and strove for a name. Yet children were born not by human claim, in rivalry and longing, in struggle and in prayer. God opened wombs and showed that He